Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm Nancy Vandell, chairperson of the NCAC Bylaws Subcommittee, and I call the meeting to order at 9:04 a.m. on October 17th. So could everybody please, and I have no conflicts, could everybody please introduce themselves and state any
Michael
conflicts?
Beachley, I have no conflicts.
Susan Schomburg, no conflicts.
Wyatt Angelo, no conflicts.
Tom Sipe, no conflicts.
Great, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and share the agenda. And I believe I'm going to share the agenda. Can you all see it?
Mm-hmm.
So as I put in the email note, we do have, thank you, Michael, for some minutes. I have been charged with doing videos in the absence of a NCAC secretary, and I have not done a great job with that. So Michael got links to videos yesterday and was able to turn around the first set of minutes very quickly, and I'm sure he'll have the other set in time for next meeting. So I have a report, but I'd really like for us to talk about a meeting schedule for November and December because we have holidays coming, we have other things happening, so we might want to actually potentially cancel some meetings in those 2 months. And then we'll get into our PP and our bylaws action item discussion. And we don't have any public at the moment, but if we get some, then they'll be able to comment as well. And we can go over our calendar later. But basically, next Wednesday is our executive board meeting, for which we're missing two people, or we will be after the 31st. And then we have our next bylaws subcommittee meeting on November 7th, and then we'll go from there. Any changes to the agenda you'd like to propose?
I will just indicate that I will not be available on December 5th at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Okay.
That doesn't mean that you should do anything to change the meeting, but I won't be there.
Okay, thank you. When we get to the calendar, please bring that up again. Thank you. Okay, so I doubt people had a chance to look at the minutes. So if it's okay, I'm going to share them because they're quite short. And I threw up, for those who were, I threw up a leave of absence bylaws amendment at the last minute also. Can you all see the minutes?
Okay.
Well, looks pretty straightforward.
Well done, Michael.
Susan, you're muted.
Did that meeting, the call to order, was it at 9:46? Or did we start it at 9?
We started at 9:30.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So, Michael, I guess I didn't check that.
Oh, that's
Did we start
interesting.
it that late?
I looked at that and that didn't, well, wait a minute now. You see, it stopped at 10:19. And so, yeah, you may be right.
Yeah,
I'll take
I think we
look.
probably started it at 9:30 would be my,
Yeah, I'll take another look.
or 9:31. So,
I've
okay.
got it on here, so I will take a look at it right away. Hello,
Okay.
puppy.
Yeah, I think you're right, Susan. I had set up the meeting for 9:30 that day, forgetting that we had decided to have meetings at 9. So we started.
I just
believe.
couldn't remember if we had tech issues. I just I just looked at the time and I thought, well, I can't remember that, honestly.
No, good point. So So, and then we stopped it at 10:19. I think that sounds right. It was about a 45-minute meeting. So do you want to just hold off on this, or shall we approve them with the caveat that we will check the meeting start time and
I
stop
think you
time?
can
I'm
approve
checking
them,
it right
Karen.
now.
Okay. Well, we'll go back to that then. I don't know that the video would show that, Michael. I can go back and look at Zoom and when the meeting actually started and stopped.
I think
I'm fine
that's
with as corrected, you
as
know.
correct.
what-
That's corrected. Thank you. All right. Any objections to that? All right. Thank you. Okay. And we are recording, so I did do that. Okay. So my report, we had our meeting, our membership meeting on October 11th, I believe. And I think, again, we had to scramble a bit for a quorum, but we ended up having 16 members plus Sarah Absher attended for most of the meeting. So I'm hoping that as we get presentations, I trust that we are going to get more members coming to meetings as we're able to put out more information and have those meetings set up. Because I think we have a lot of interesting things to talk about in the membership meetings. So Michael and I, were talking about quorum before, and we'll talk about that more when we get to the bylaws and the PP&R topic. But we did have people who were interested, and we got, I think, some really good updates. One was from Sarah on FEMA and what's happening there. So when we actually get the meeting video thrown up there, you can actually see it for yourself. But I think most of you were there. So, but basically, she's thinking it's going to be a year before we get any kind of final decision coming out from FEMA. And they did apparently extend the public input because there was confusion on what FEMA meant by their different choices. And so I don't know what the deadline is for the public comment, but she did say how much she appreciated the letter that we sent, and appreciated Mark presenting the letter. So kudos to Tom and Guy and me for writing the letter. So I think it turned out it was all pretty complicated and new material, and I think it turned out well. I don't think the county is holding up much hope for FEMA listening and adjusting anything, but we don't know, maybe.
We responded because it was the right thing to do,
That's right. Absolutely.
not
So
because we thought it was going to do anything.
no, it was the right thing to do. It absolutely was. And who knows, maybe it will make a difference. But yeah, I think,
Oh, okay.
maybe. And
Fair enough.
I think the lawsuits that are proceeding will probably have a little more of an impact. Sarah did invite us to look at the document on the Tillamook County website that they sent in as their official document. So apparently it goes into quite a bit of detail about the impact on the residents and the county in general, but the residents of the different communities and the impacts that this is going to have, as well as the overall expenditure of funds already to do the exact things that the environmental lawsuit was trying to provide. So it sounds like they worked really, really hard on it. But at this point, it doesn't sound like there's going to be a lot of activity until about a year, and then it'll be a hurry up and wait kind of thing again. But if anyone wants to add anything to what I just said about what Sarah reported, go ahead. Okay, and then we had a presentation by Alex on the bridge project affecting Highway 1, and it does sound like they're not going to actually have to shut down Highway 1 for this
101.
work. Pardon me?
101.
101, sorry. 101. It's going to be, they're going to have a bypass, which will probably cause some traffic slowdowns, but it won't be a total stoppage, and a lot of work to put in that bypass. And he gave some dates, so we'll get the video up on that. But it sounds like a lot of that's going to happen next summer in through the summer after. So it won't be done, sounded like to me, until late 2027. Does that sound right to people who attended? And these kinds of things can get pushed out quite a bit.
When you talk dates, I didn't remember that. Dates
Okay.
don't mean anything.
Yeah, well, that's true with these kinds of projects. So the only other thing I have is that we are still searching for an NCAC chairperson and for an NCAC secretary. And the secretary responsibilities have been divided out. I've taken a number of them, like minutes and video stuff. And other people are taking other parts, but we pretty desperately need a secretary. Candace has very nicely agreed to continue taking her current role in doing different things. She also sent out a note to the board suggesting looking at the archives and wondering if we needed to get rid of some of the old stuff. And I responded that can't. By Oregon public meeting law, we do need to keep those in place. But invited her to attend a little subcommittee meeting that's Tom and me, and then Gary Billingsley, who is, it's kind of his field is archival kinds of things. If she wanted to join us to come up with some suggested policies and procedures around the archives, obviously involving Sarah and her team. So anyway, Candace was satisfied with that. We had a good back and forth about that. And then of course the chair's the big one, and Mark is still in place until the end of this month, which is quite soon. Alex has agreed to, as his vice president role, step in as chairperson until a chair is found. But he would really like a chair to be found before the wine season gets going again, since that's his business. So he's pretty comfortable doing this for a few months. But I think the sooner we can find somebody to really take over, the better, because we gave Alex a vice chairperson position, a lot of extra responsibilities in the last bylaws change. So he's already busy with some of those, like finding speakers and supervising or being the chairperson of the monitoring task force.
You know, as things move along here, all of our business is going to be much simpler.
Right.
Because, you know, we've been loaded up here now for 2 years. And so, you know, the challenge for that person is not going to be anything like it was in Mark. Not the least reason of which is that Mark inherited situations to be resolved and did it most beautifully. And so I'll say that Nancy, you are an obvious person to take over that job. And I would like for you to not say no, but to consider it. And also, while you consider that, imagine how you can hand off some of the responsibilities and tasks and so on that Mark had as well, and sort of simplify the whole thing so that you're capable of doing it. That's all I have to say.
Second.
I'm very flattered, Michael, but I think it really is important to have somebody who at least is in Nesquin part of the time, more than maybe a trip a year. So thank you. That's very kind of you. But
She didn't
I'm
say
very,
no, Michael.
I am very
What's
happy
that?
the
What did you say,
position I
Wyatt?
am.
She didn't
Wyatt?
say no.
I know she
Right.
didn't. Yeah, yeah.
And she can increase her visits to Nescoin.
Sure she can. Yeah.
That's completely within bounds. Yes.
I have actually said no a number of times to this question, and thank you very firmly. But yeah, I am really enjoying this year on the Bylaws Subcommittee. So thank you. We have very capable people, and I think anyone on this committee would do a terrific job in the chair position. So you all think about that. Anyway,
Incidentally, the minutes are correct. 9:46 is when we began.
Okay.
Okay, we must have had quite a chat beforehand. Thank you. So it sounds like minutes are approved as submitted then, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, onward. But really, seriously, think about some people, particularly people who are there in the area, or who are close to Nesco and to be able to just run over at a moment's notice, to take on this position, either position actually.
To run over where on a moment's notice?
Nesco. All right, moving on. So the meeting schedule, I'm going to throw up my own calendar for myself to look at here. So the next month's so we have 3 weeks before our next meeting, because we have an extra Friday in October. So the next meeting is scheduled for November 7th. And then Tom's going to be unavailable for some time after November 3rd. So I'm suggesting that we try to submit our action items and really do it. I'm going to throw out October 28th, which is about a week and a half from now, so that Tom can turn around another PP&R and bylaws document by the 2nd. Does that give you enough time, Tom?
Yeah, that should.
Okay.
It's crunch time for the newsletter, but I can do it. It'll be all right.
Okay. And if not, I can take it over for a short time too. I don't want you to be too crunched, but I think we still have quite a few action items when we get to them to get to. I was going to propose canceling the November 21st bylaws meeting, but I could be talked out of that. I know we're getting into the holidays, so I don't know what your holiday schedule is like, but another option would be to just work through and have another draft produced, and just have a meeting on the 21st. So basically what I'm suggesting is maybe we have one meeting in November. Maybe we split the difference and have something on the 14th. But what do you all think about that? Well, let me go on to December. So Wyatt, you said you're not available on the 5th.
Yeah.
So, and our next one would be on the 19th, which is again getting into the holiday season. Last year we canceled the mid-December one. So this all goes back to what do we hope to accomplish with this? And the more we have talked, and the more we're working, I just don't think we're going to be ready for December. And so in the meeting on the membership meeting, I said December or February, but I really think February is the better target for us. We are getting to more things. So is there any objection if we aim for February to get our updated drafts to the membership?
Did you specify year?
Oh, 2026.
Okay, just want to be clear.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have any objection.
Nope.
Michael, you're muted.
I would say that we do it by then,
Yeah.
and so that if we get it done earlier, fine. Let's get it done earlier. Incident.
Oh, Michael, you're locked up.
What's that?
Oh, you
Whatever you
froze.
said went away.
Oh, that the 21st of November and the 19th of December. Incidentally, both of those are my
Yeah, your piano days.
and I thought we were going to do what it was at the first and third, or I guess it was. Yeah, and that turned out to be yes. So if you want to change those, I'm perfectly happy to do so.
Okay. So what if we were to have a meeting on December 12th and just have the one meeting in December, and then Wyatt, we could avoid whatever your conflict is.
Yeah, that would be great. I'll be in Canada, so I don't have any service up there.
Yeah. Does anyone object to meeting on December 12th and then
That's good. That's good.
and then in November, what if we met on November 14th and just had the one meeting for the month? How would that work with your schedule, Tom?
Probable.
Probable. Or should we just go ahead and meet on the 21st?
Of November?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the piano group.
that's the piano.
Yeah.
Okay.
14th,
Why
14th,
don't you
and 7th.
make it that I'll have enough time to process stuff and I'll have it ready by then,
By the 14th.
by the 14th. Let's just make it
Okay.
the 14th. Probable.
Okay. Because we could keep it on the 7th. And we just go with our
7th is,
original plan. I know you wouldn't be able to come, but at least in terms of processing stuff. And we can talk too. Okay, so how about the November 14th, November 14th and December 12th, and then we get back on our original
Good.
schedule.
That sounds good. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that works.
sounds good.
Okay, and then after that, it would be, well, January 2nd. Any objection to meeting on January 2nd? I
no,
think we're trying to avoid a lot of Mondays. And okay. So that's okay with
The
everybody. I guess
second's
when we
fine.
get,
Yeah, the second's fine, yeah.
all right. Okay, so let me just write that down to make sure what we've got. So November 12th and December. Well, we do have a video, but still. So no, November 14th and December 12th. Same time. Okay. So if we're going to meet on November 14th, I still think we should try to get as much as we can to Tom by, say, the October 29th. But we'll have other time to also continue working on things too. So okay, well, that was clear as mud.
Mhm.
All right. So I think that sounds good because and then we'll have I think we have a really good chance of getting everything to the membership by the February, because we'll still need to have one or two meetings to talk, hopefully one feedback session, maybe a weekday evening and then do a Saturday or something to do the same coverage. Okay.
There is one thing that was discussed at the executive meeting that I'd like to highlight, which is the winter preparedness meeting. A notice went out yesterday. I'm going to attend, and Barb is going to attend. I don't know that Gary is, but it's apparently the forecasts are for a winter like we had 22, I think it was, basically ice and snow in the area.
Great.
So the winter preparedness is a good thing. I'll report on that to whoever, executive committee, I guess. Probably to
Yeah,
the membership.
Yeah, to the executive board and probably to the membership. So Tom and Gary and Barbara were actually appointed by the membership to represent the NCAC at this meeting. And it's being held physically in Tillamook, but I think they're really encouraging, other than people who are officially representing, they're encouraging people to go in by video or telephone.
Mhm.
So the links did go out, but Sarah did talk about this as being a really important meeting for people to understand. And it will be on the website, I think, after the fact too. So thank you, Tom, for agreeing to do that. And Wyatt, you're also involved in some of the emergency preparedness stuff through the fire department, I believe, right?
yeah, and I was just wondering, Tom, is that the meeting on Monday, the 20th?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, not, I'm kind of writing grants and trying to phase out the physical side of this. So I'll probably be doing a little bit, but not as much as I used to. So.
Okay. So yeah, anyway, it sounds like it's a good meeting to go to. And I was pleased to see the article come out through
Yeah.
the email blast too. Okay, thank you, Tom, for bringing that up. I'd forgotten about that at the membership meeting. Okay, Tom, why don't you throw up the policies and procedures, and
Well,
you can
throwing up,
lead the discussion.
not what I had in mind, but yeah.
Thank you. And you can go through that, and then if we have time, we can go through it very briefly, and we can consider at a later date the my assignment. Oh, I guess I haven't gone through the action item list first. Sorry, could you let me throw that up first?
Okay, I will stop sharing.
Okay, so I have been on vacation. Everybody see it okay?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it into the right
Mhm.
position where I can see it. Okay, so voting, Michael, I don't know if you've worked on this. I certainly have not. I kind of looked at this again last night. Oh, I really have been quite remiss here. And luckily we had taken the second one and deferred that to December anyway. And working on job descriptions has not happened. Susan and Wyatt, have you had a chance to look at recommended qualifications for subcommittee and task force members? Kind
Yeah,
of a
we
new
did.
procedure. Great.
I actually got something to Tom late, but we got
Yeah.
it to him, I think, on Tuesday.
It's in the current draft, so
Great.
I didn't,
Great.
sorry, that I didn't acknowledge that.
That's
sort
all
of
right,
didn't know.
Tom. I knew what was going on.
So thank you. So draft sent. In the current.
Which is in V2R4.
Okay.
R2D2.
Oh, I see a typo here. Let me save it as a.
Year. That's but that's current street speak, isn't it? Oh, that's just a car.
Sure, Michael.
What?
Well, it's that when you use a noun twice in a row, it's supposed to indicate something meaningful. Like, is that a dog? No, that's just a dog. Something more reasonable, or I don't know. I can't quite figure it out. And I'm a semanticist, so I'm working on it.
Boy,
Yeah,
am I
with all
out of
these
touch.
college kids. So great. We'll look forward to seeing that. OPML procedures, Wyatt took the lead on that and produced a great thing. We had some discussions, and so that's in the current draft. And then procedures 12 and 15, Tom did a bunch of the reformatting of that. We talked about some of that last time, and some of it I think you were deferring to this meeting. Expansion of quorum. Michael and I haven't talked about this any further, but we can talk about that today about what to do if quorum is not met.
Let's talk about that one.
We did discuss it at the last meeting and kind of
Mhm.
deferred some of it. And then leaves of absence, I put up there this morning, so it's short. I think we could talk to that at least do an initial discussion pretty quickly as a separate item.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think there's anything new that I've heard of that we need to add to the list. Does anyone else have anything that needs to be added? Okay, let me just say possibly. I thought I was really impressed that she took the initiative to actually look at all this data, and that she asked before throwing things out. That was good. Okay. Okay. So any other comments on this? All right. Well, we'll go back to this at the end with the action items. So now, Tom, thank you.
Okay, so I've searched down till the first change. I would like to go through this top to bottom and just either accept, reject, or make notes of what needs to change. So first one is changes to meeting documents. I don't know who did, I don't remember who did that, but
This is Wyatt and me.
okay.
And I did look at this, and for some reason, I was thinking that we had the areas about opportunity for public comment. I guess it's because it needs to be included on the agenda. So yeah, I guess that is what we put in there, isn't it, Wyatt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So Wyatt did a really good job of going through and looking at OPML, and we ended up breaking it into different parts because some of it was being covered in other areas of the bylaws or the policies and procedures. And some of it needed to be new. So like this is one area that we added to an existing very short policy.
Yeah, the only ambiguity is on the next to last line, comma, before a vote is taken. And that probably should refer to a motion or a proposal that is on the floor. Rather, because I'm not really sure what a vote would be for given this language. Do you see that?
Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. It's a good point. So like before a vote on an issue, you're saying
on a pending issue, yes.
How about on the topic?
Well, we don't normally vote on topics, we vote on motions. But public comment is for anything, actually, not just simply a motion that is pending.
So it should be before a pending motion is voted on, period.
Yeah, there you go. For any motion is voted on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so before a vote is taken on a motion.
Well, before a pending motion is voted, any pending motion is voted upon.
Okay.
Any pending. Good. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that makes sense.
Any pending motion
Is voted on. Is it okay to end a sentence in a preposition?
No.
On which a motion.
Upon which a vote is taken.
I gotta write that down.
That's a good thing for the editor. We're all editors though, Tom. You get all of us. No, that's a good point, Michael. So the thought on this is, as Wyatt and I were talking, we realize, in most public meetings, I think if something's agendized, I don't know if that's a word, but public comment is usually offered at the end of that discussion item, or somewhere in that topic area. And typically we've always had public comment at the end, but in our bylaws subcommittee meetings, we usually invite people to talk anytime. Lately, at least, we haven't had a lot of people attending. But really, in a membership meeting, people shouldn't have to wait till the end for public comment. So this is providing that opportunity, and then also allowing people to talk at the end about any subject they'd like for up to 3 minutes.
Yeah, that needs to be smoothed. I'll do that offline.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then with what Nancy just said, should we change public comment shall be provided at the end of each agenda item and or at the end of the meeting, giving opportunity for both?
Actually, we don't even need that at the end of an agenda item.
Uh-huh.
But we also need to provide it at the end of the meeting. So I think that or should be an and.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a good of the order thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it needs to be,
Well,
if there's a vote on it. I mean, okay. I think the reason we had no or is that we don't vote on everything. We don't vote on, let's just think about a membership meeting. We don't vote on every membership meeting. So
typically
At this, we
votes are
let
taken,
people,
but typically votes are taken at the end of the agenda item.
right, right. But what we're
So
saying is, yes,
do we need
I-
that sentence that's highlighted?
what sentence? Oh, here, before independent motion is voted upon. I think the key is that we want them to be able to have a chance to, I mean, the end of the agenda item is after a vote. So we need to make sure that
Okay.
it's understood that before a vote's taken, people have an opportunity to comment. I mean, that's part of a motion. As I'm talking through this, part of a motion is discussion.
Yeah, I mean, that's Robert's rules.
But on the other hand, if it's an executive board meeting, for example, guests don't just automatically get to comment during discussion on a motion. It's the
No, that's
members.
true.
And so
Mhm.
this allows public comment to be given before any kind of a pending motion. That's what we were trying to achieve, I think, was
Hmm.
giving that opportunity. In a membership meeting, anyone can comment during discussion if they're a member of that.
Well, let's apply that to this committee as well, then. What,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah, I mean, if we're debating a bylaw change, for example, is it appropriate for visitors to comment after any and each
Yeah.
motion to change?
Okay. I'm good with that.
Exactly.
Everybody else good
Exactly.
with
Mhm. I mean,
Mhm.
you're supporting that, right, Michael? But
That they,
in
yes,
say in your example,
that they talk about it?
yeah.
No, I'm not, because
Uh,
you know, we don't do it. What we do is propose, and then it goes to the general meeting, at which point a debate is appropriate for anybody who's there. But I'm, you know, to give the public and visitors access to all of our deliberations as a committee seems to be over the top. That's just
Why do
how I.
we care? I mean, really, we're not a formal organization in that sense. Um, and if we vote on something, why wouldn't we let people comment on it?
Well, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm just raising it as an issue. But it's essentially what we're doing then is including visitors in part of the debate that we may be having on changing bylaws and policies.
Yeah,
so
It
let's
seems
And-
like
take
what
it.
I'm,
Let's
yeah.
take it to the community plan subcommittee, for example. They're going to be debating, because this is a real world example.
Mhm.
They're going to be debating a lot of things coming forward in the next several months, to possibly a year. So if you're sitting there as a member of the NCAC, and it's not a feedback session type of meeting, it's a committee meeting, subcommittee meeting. I can see it going two ways, Michael. I'm really
Yeah.
torn by this, because if you have a lot of people there and they're trying to get work done,
Yeah.
letting everybody have a comment on every single subject could
Yeah.
end up making it completely not productive. And on the other hand, if you've got a couple people and they're sitting there dying to say something, I guess they could put something through the chat if they wanted to.
what if
Yeah.
committee, what if whatever committee is going to do something stupid and they don't realize it? I want
Right.
somebody to be able to say, that's not wise.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I think I think it's certainly appropriate for the chair of any subcommittee to be flexible and invite any comment where there seems to be some controversy or whatever. That makes perfect sense to me. But to provide the opportunity and then the expectation that any visitor is going to be a participant in debate and discussion at subcommittee level seems over the top. That just seemed to be a lot. Yeah, I'm not landing on one side or the other yet.
Yeah.
Right. We're
I
also
just think
saying
it's an interesting situation.
it
And
is.
it's one also, I think, that could potentially lead to a bunch of conflict.
Mhm.
Besides the distinction that Michael made, it kind of prompted me to think about whether in fact the public should be commenting on matters that are not of substance. For instance, scheduling.
Yeah,
Of course, we generally do consensus. We don't do votes.
Oh, that's true,
That's
but we
true.
also have informal voting that goes through the process as we edit these documents too, Tom.
yeah, that's right. But the
But
voting,
it's not a formal motion.
well, the voting, that's correct, because we're recommending things to the membership rather than making decisions that are final.
How
When
about
we were,
how about we soften?
yeah,
Mhm,
so, yeah,
mhm,
May be allowed.
Uh,
I like that. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Maybe, maybe, yeah, That's it. That's fine with me.
Yeah. We also were trying to limit it somewhat by, 3 minutes per topic per speaker. So it's not that somebody can engage in conversation and be part of the subcommittee or whatever.
Yeah, but
It's,
but open that one up to 10 people who show up.
that's true. That's true.
In
No,
that
it's-
case, should the may be a shall? Because if someone reads the bylaws, not ever having come to a meeting, thinks that they can go on for 25 minutes.
Well,
it's
we even put it in the agenda,
it's
no more
incumbent
than.
upon the chair to control that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, so you got 10 people who show up and you have 30 motions.
Yeah. I hear you, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's cogitate on that a little bit.
Well, we got the out here with the may.
Mhm. We can always revisit if it becomes a problem. So far, it hasn't been. I'm thinking back though from 2 years ago when we were doing the bylaws and we were getting sometimes 10 people at our subcommittee meetings. We held public comment to the end, and that worked well because we still had time to go in and sorry, my husband's trying to boil some tea here and I'm seeing steam going way up. Anyway, so distracting. Anyway, I'm starting to
We can
backtrack
always,
a little bit.
yeah, we could go back
Because
and change based on public comment.
right, we could
Well,
at the
I
end.
mean, I hear you arguing against after each agenda item.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing that. On the other hand, if it's like a executive board meeting and they're coming for a vote, I think people should have an opportunity to say they have a comment about that. So that's where I'm.
Okay, so if we are specific in that sense, we can leave, if we delete that, it's open to the running of the meeting by the chair.
That's true.
Mhm.
The previous sentence is all NCAC membership and subcommittee meetings shall provide the opportunity for public comment. And we don't say how or when.
That's a
But
good point.
But
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, yeah. leave
Yeah,
it
I am
open.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
so
yeah.
And
delete
then
that.
take out, and then yes, and then take out the public comments maybe before any public motions voted on.
Yes.
Because we did have motions when we got later into,
yeah.
accepting bylaws things, we
Yeah.
would have motions to approve sending this or that to the membership or whatever.
Okay. Less is more.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
nothing said here in this current reading disallows the chair to open anything up for public comment at any point. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's fine.
No, this is why this is such a good discussion.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good job, Michael,
It-
and the
Anybody,
whole group.
anybody not completely unhappy with this?
Is that a triple negative? Let me see.
Mhm.
Yes, I
One,
think it is.
2.
How are you with this, Wyatt? Since you
I'm
were-
great. This is great.
Okay.
Less is more.
All right.
I agree with Tom.
Great.
Going,
So you see, before you do it, okay.
but, okay,
I just wanted to point out that we did take out that second sentence.
Yeah.
That was in there before.
Yes.
So, okay.
And do we have an NCAC event page on the
We
website?
do. It's the
Okay.
main page.
Okay.
It's actually not the main page. It depends on how you go in. But yes, there is a page that just lists all the events. And they usually have only been putting in for a month. So I think it would be good to actually start putting in events past the current month. So we need to do that. But right now, there isn't an NCAC events page. It's where you go to get the meeting documents and sign up for the meeting.
Okay, I just didn't know if that was what it was called on the website.
Well, that's a good point.
That's what I guess my question more was, but I didn't.
I guess
Just,
that was kind of how I thought of it. That's a good question.
I'm just trying to look it up on a different device.
Yeah, it has it's called events. Let me go into what I consider the main page. Yeah, oh, I guess it's the upcoming events page. It actually is a tab. It's called upcoming events.
Okay, got it. So,
So yeah, so if we say upcoming events page, that would be probably better. Yeah. And I guess we should say web page, right?
mhm.
Yeah, why not?
Another good catch.
Okay, are we done raining on this parade?
Yeah.
All right, next one. I got a 4 instead of an of, that's it. That is a editorial.
Mhm.
Okay, meeting documents.
Now, as you're accepting these, Tom, are you still showing changes when we present to the membership?
I'll do a save as R5. I think we overkill on that, but I'm not gonna argue it. Because
Well, I'm not even saying between
I can
R4 and
count on my
R5,
third
just
hand. I can count on my third hand how many people have actually gone back and looked at our archives.
no,
I only have two
I
hands.
don't mean that. I'm just saying, are you showing changes between the currently approved document and what we end up with as our
I don't know what
changes?
I don't know what you mean.
So currently we have a document that was approved last May,
Yeah,
right?
that's an old document. That's gone.
Right.
That's
Oh, it's currently approved.
okay. That's fine. That's the
So
one that's approved.
okay,
See, we're adding things and we're changing things that we've added, and then
right. But
so
when we present, typically, I mean, this is last time was a new document, and the bylaws were a revision. But we showed what the differences were when we present to the membership. So that's what I'm hoping we're
I
still
don't
keeping
have
track of.
multi-level. I know of a system that will do that.
Keep track at least of
It's, I mean, we're gonna,
what's going
we're
to
not
happen
making,
is probably what I did last time, which is to go through and actually do a manual comparison. I'll just do that because we did that with the bylaws and come up with the
Yeah.
changes from the previously approved version, just so that the people don't have to go through and try to figure out what's new.
And
we're
didn't
not-
you have to do it for the red line for the county attorney too, to show
I
what we
did.
started with and what we
I
ended
did.
with?
I did.
I'll do that. Problem I have is that some of these things that we've, as procedures, have morphed into policy.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Um,
And if it gets really extensive, Tom, I agree with you. I think at that point we really do a whole new document. But if it's not extensive, like what we did with the bylaws last year, we had changes that we could list, and we had what was word and what the new wording is. And so I'll just try to keep track of some of that part
I think
so that we're comparing to the currently approved document.
yeah, I think the distinction, there's a major one with the county attorney is that he's previously approved, and so is the membership, like the bylaws. And so when you submit a change to those bylaws that have been approved by him, then it needs to be done. But this is a whole document that's never been viewed by the county attorney so far.
No, it's been submitted. It was
Yeah,
submitted
this-
last May, and he hasn't responded. And we're going forward as if it's all fine. But no, it was submitted when it was still before it was voted on, and then again after it was voted on by the membership. So he has this document.
Hmm.
Whether he's read it's another story.
Mhm.
I guess they've been a little busy, but I thought here shortly I was actually, now that FEMA stuff is and the middle housing is dying down, I'm going to resubmit this to Sarah to put on the website, on the Tillamook County website, and update the previously approved one. So hopefully they'll just do that, and to me that's a de facto approval from the county attorney. Because we've never gotten an approval letter from the attorney or Tillamook County for the first set. So, but they
Mhm.
did put it on their website. So
Mhm.
we've gotten all sorts of documents in terms of verbal and emails saying this looks great, but nothing official. So I hear you, Tom. I think this is a really complicated thing to try to manage because we are changing things from procedures to policies and breaking up some of these changes into multiple areas. But
And we're making changes to changes.
right. And the only change I care about, I guess, is the change
Is-
from
is-
the original document.
What would happen if we took like what was sent already to the county attorney, and at the very end of when we get this quote done, taking for instance what's up on the screen like right now, like policy 19, if you have policy 19, what it looked like when we submitted, and then another paragraph under it, the current policy 19, and let people compare themselves
Right.
Yeah.
for
That's
each
exactly
section.
that's
That's what we're
exactly
gonna do.
Would that be
That's-
easier to cut and paste and bring it in showing what it was and what it is without
that's
all
what we'll
these
have to
change
do.
requests?
We'll just have to do that manually. Yeah, we don't want all the interrupt change requests. We want what we end up with as a subcommittee that we're sending to the management compared to the membership compared to the document that was approved last May.
Mhm.
And I think we can do that manually. So I don't think there's a need to, since we don't have the $250,000 package, there's and I'm not willing to cough that money up to answer your question, Tom.
Okay.
and
Oh, we
there-
can do a GoFundMe. Why don't we do a GoFundMe?
yeah, then I think we can do that manually at the end. So
That was, by the way, it was a guess. It may be low.
okay.
Okay, so meeting documents. Are we completely okay with it?
Oh, let's see what it is.
It's what we just talked about.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I went down a rabbit hole.
No, we were all doing that.
Any
Um,
reason not to press this button?
Yeah, actually, why did you keep it as this is a change? Um, I mean, we're happy with this change, but can you just keep it as a change?
This is version 5, revision 5 now.
I
Keep it
understand.
as a change. Why would I do that? I
Just
want I want clean documents.
to
This is
show
the
it.
new policy on the part of the editor. I have got to have clean documents. Otherwise, this document is relatively simple, but the rules I've imposed upon the community plan committee is at the end of the meeting, it's going to be black.
Well, that's understandable because you're doing basically a whole new community plan. We're doing a revision here. So that's why I guess I kind of like to keep them not completely clean so that we can more easily see what we're proposing to the membership and not have to do it manually. Is there a way to make it
Well, I just changed
to hide it?
and
To
in
hide it?
Or make it green, symbolizing that we've gone from red to green and we're okay with it. And red we're
do
still
that.
working on.
Like, I don't care about all the interim things that we were just doing here, where we ended up with
But
changes.
no, that wasn't the suggestion. Suggestion was turn this green. Well, first of all, and I can do an undo, so don't panic here. This is what I understood. Okay, well, no. Okay, so we accept this change, and then we go back home
Make it
and
green.
make it green.
Yeah. Yeah.
That way we know we've changed it and it's approved, a quote unquote approved by us.
Okay, so other changes we've made, we will be making in line to existing things. We're going to do that too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's actually brilliant, Susan. Because we're accepting all the changes as we're having conversations, but we're showing that it's a change from the previous approved document.
And it's not as jarring because it's a green color rather than a stop sign.
And it's not underlined.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, okay. Um, I
And
would
it's
think
free.
except, yeah, it's free. No, not my time is not free.
No, well, no.
Okay, so we can go with that, but I'd say the exception is any editorials like changing an of to an in.
Yes,
Yeah.
We're not going to track that.
right. Just
Okay,
substantive. Yeah.
okay.
Great idea. Any comments from anybody else?
I should keep my grumbling to myself.
No, no. I think your grumbling is what kind of got us to come up with something that I
Yeah.
think will work for
Yeah.
everybody.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough.
You can
Uh,
grumble.
You
I
could
already
even
did.
grovel.
I'm out of it. Okay, so are we done with this one?
Mhm.
Okay. Notices. We do have some conversations here.
Yeah. Wyatt actually bought a copy of the Oregon Public Meeting Law. Do you want to talk about this,
Oh,
Wyatt?
cool.
Yeah, it's generated with a little bit of, as I recall, some changes of streamlining by Nancy from, there's a public meetings law, actually an Oregon Attorney General's Public Records and Meetings Manual from 2024 that I bought. That was actually bought for the school district here as I was trying to figure out what violation they were currently making. And the the Attorney General's manual is really well written, and so I've used that as a guideline. It's a whole lot easier to use than the statute itself. And if it's the Attorney General's, that's an official publication of the state. So I think we could rely on that.
Mhm.
So a lot of these changes that you'll see that Nancy and I did came right out of there.
Sorry, can people hear this?
Yes.
Okay, Clark,
Oh,
can
no,
you
I mean,
take,
oh, sorry.
Clark,
I
sorry,
thought you meant, are we hearing
we just
Wyatt?
had someone come to the door.
No,
So,
No,
no,
that
sorry,
that
you couldn't
wasn't
hear
a
that.
problem.
didn't
That
hear
was
that
not
at
a
all.
problem.
Nope, not at
Sorry.
all.
Okay, all conversation stopped. So sorry, I'm a little distracted. We're in a, yeah, in a rental here in Nesquin at the moment. So, all right, he's taking care of it. So go ahead, Wyatt, or did you stop?
I stopped.
Okay, so Wyatt had actually found some information about the Oregon Transparency website, and I was discussing this with Tom, and he had the brilliant thought that, hey, maybe that could actually be a repository for all of our archives. So, Tom, why don't you talk about what you researched and found?
There was, if the OPML document itself was easy to read, the website was not easy to navigate about the transparency website. But it turns out that after poking around, I was able to determine that it is a list of pointers to places where public things would be interesting. And as our status as being a subdivision of something that they recognize, which is a county, then any notices would actually go to the county's website rather than to this one, because this is pointers only, not information.
Hmm.
And also the transparency by implication, the things that are there is either administrative or financial. Of course, we're not financial. We can't be financial. We do make recommendations as as an organization which is not created by statute. So I mean, we are classified as a potential organization, but since we don't do any administrative recommendations, I don't think that follows. So I think we don't actually. I think this last thing here, we don't qualify. Is basically what
Okay.
I said. Well, what I just said is over here on the side.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm very impressed, Wyatt, that you found all this
Mhm.
and took all of this research. And Tom, to think that we could actually have it for a repository was a really neat idea.
Mhm.
Could solve our archives issues. But it sounds like ultimately for our archives, we're still going to need to rely on Tillamook County to come up with a space for that,
Yeah.
which at the moment they don't have yet. But are you, maybe the two of you could work a little bit, have an action item to look at this and see whether we need to, if we should take that off or keep it. Do you have thoughts on that now, Wyatt? I know this is just being sprung on you, so.
Well, I think the only thought I have would be to possibly substitute the county's website, assuming that we really have access to that for any notices of general public interest, and take this out because I hadn't navigated this Oregon Transparency website. I assumed because the Attorney General's office made that official that I could rely on that. So thank you, Tom. Apparently, the Attorney General has not figured out that he may have painted this with too broad a brush. Or, so, at any rate, I think maybe that would be the only thing that I would change about that other than taking it out.
Yeah, I think there are two different things. One was we were looking at it from an archive standpoint, and this is actually talking about notice.
Mhm.
So
So
in terms of
I,
notices, we
but
just make this Tillamook County website.
I think so, because Tillamook County, I would think, would have to provide a notice. Hang on, I think my husband just locked himself out. Let me go. I will be back shortly.
Yeah, that's great, Tom.
Okay. Yeah, I went down the first rabbit hole I went down was vamping for time was that I had was saw the definition of a local organization, which was not a governmental organization, but really exactly described us, something created by statute to
Mhm.
advise the government. Oh, okay, we're in. And then I
Mhm.
finally got to the point where I actually found the transparency website itself, rather than being talked about. It wasn't immediately obvious how you got to it.
Yeah,
And once I found it, it's nothing but a list of pointers
Hmm.
to various organizations. Yeah. And
not
then I got
helpful.
and I dove into a couple of them, and it was without exception always either financial or administrative. That's
So,
confusing.
does this sound okay as a substitute to people? And it sounds like that could be up to Sarah too, on whether she wants to post it. So,
To
um,
May.
so the first sentences, I think, are the same, right?
Yeah,
And then the second sentence we added,
Okay, so let me
and that
go ahead
was because I
and
think
do that.
that's the same, right? We didn't have any change there.
And
So it doesn't need to be green. And
Right.
then
Mhm.
I will undelete this.
Mhm.
yeah. And then we added the second paragraph. And the Wyatt had noticed that notices should be sent to any member of the news media who has requested it in writing.
yeah, that's a requirement.
I can't imagine we wouldn't do that.
No, I agree.
That might give the Tillamook County lawyer a bit of heartburn, but I don't think.
Well, that's a good thing, I think, Tom.
Eh,
Okay. Okay.
And then the last paragraph included parts that were crossed out. We edited, I guess,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the part that was crossed out there. It should be posted on the NCAC website. So that first sentence, though, is still correct.
mhm.
It's just we have inserted that second sentence after the first sentence. So really,
Mhm.
that part that's crossed out is still there. It's
Still
just
there?
we've added. It's still there.
Okay.
We've just moved it. We've inserted a paragraph as I'm thinking about this here. That's word for word. The second is the same as the first sentence down below. We added that second sentence. So really, I think
Oh, okay.
that
I see
you
what you're
see what
saying.
I'm saying. I think all we need to
This,
do is
well, does this
so
move?
no, wait. Before you do
It,
that, I think all you have to do is take that last sentence of the last paragraph and move it up under the second paragraph.
and make
No,
it
no.
green.
Oh no,
No.
I'm wrong. I'm
Oh.
wrong. Yeah, make it green, but we're inserting. So
Mhm.
so
So you want that? You want that up here?
I'm taking that back. Sorry.
You,
We
you don't want that there.
I don't want that there. I'm wishing I could get it on the screen. Anyway, what we leave we take out we only put the part in green, that sentence you have highlighted now,
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
and the part that's in the sentence above it, and we take out that sentence that's currently a second sentence in black.
Second
Now,
sentence. You mean
no,
you talk about this one? What is the
okay,
sentence you're
okay.
talking about begin with?
So notice of openings for nominations up at the top in this
Second paragraph.
the second paragraph. Take it out. Second paragraph. Take that sentence out.
Okay, it was out before.
Okay, take it out. Now, take the notice of the first sentence of that third paragraph and make it black.
Mhm.
Just accept the change because it's not a change.
Oh, okay. I was going to do that in a different way, but okay.
Okay, and then take that, all the rest of it is green.
Okay. So this
Unless
is,
We haven't accepted it yet, but yeah,
Okay, so this is a paragraph between that. It's a new
correct,
paragraph inserted. Okay,
correct.
okay. So people want to look at that and tell me whether or not we believe this is not unreasonable.
Looks good.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay,
So,
so I'm going to accept
no,
all
no,
of
no, no,
those.
no, wait. Make stuff green first. Or,
Mhm.
well, okay, I
No,
guess we
I
can
can't.
tell.
I can't. Well,
Okay, all right.
I'm just going to accept it. We
Yeah.
have a different order of operation.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
Your brain
We
works
just have,
differently than
we
mine.
just have to remember what's new.
Yeah.
That's new.
Yep.
And
And
that's
that's new.
Yep.
very good.
Okay, and we'll delete that and delete that and go through and accept that. Okay,
Excellent.
are we
Yeah.
good?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah. Boy, Susan, I love your green.
I like green too. Red is so jarring.
it's
And
meant
we
to be
see the
jarring.
process. Yeah. Well, we don't need jarring this early in the morning.
Okay, well,
Or for me.
Especially your.
Maybe that's why. Yeah.
good. Is that less jarring now too?
Yes,
You got some
thank you.
paragraph marks.
Yes.
Okay, so next,
And I like your working draft name. I think that's great.
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
referring to everything as a working draft. Oh, I remember, I had to put a space in there. Uh, because Word just was crazy. It wouldn't,
I know you love Word.
I do. Oh, yes. Okay, but I think this is meant to be a new paragraph because,
Is any of this new
no,
that we're at here? Okay.
I don't think so.
Can you go back to it? Okay, so that's nothing then. We haven't put any changes.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just, that was just
got it.
editorial.
Got it.
Okay, and we'll just accept that. Okay, now the next thing, that's actual changes.
Mhm.
Requests to the
Okay.
NCAC. And this is what I've left in what it used to be.
Mhm.
And I guess by rights, we'll turn all of this green.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, we're not tracking what the things that were deleted. Is that a problem?
I don't think.
Isn't it just
Mm,
formatting from
Well,
bullets
I'm
to
just thinking of the other
prose?
things we did. I'm trying to
Oh.
remember whether or not we deleted
Hmm.
a paragraph and replaced it with another.
I'm not going to worry about it. At least when we see something
Yeah,
in
well,
green,
the
when we
lawyer,
present, we
the
can go
lawyer's going to
back
look
and
for
look.
lawyer's going to look for red flags, and there's for the
Yeah.
green. That's the
Yeah.
only thing they're going to look at.
When I present to the county and probably to the membership, the document, I will be putting in any changes, particularly for the lawyer, because they want to see anything deleted. This is a rewrite, and I mean, it's an edited rewrite, right? I mean, you haven't,
Mhm.
there's not a lot of
There's,
substance that you've changed here, right? You did take
with
out, you
yes,
combined some things, but
yeah, but there's a problem. Yes, there is some because partnership requests changed quite a bit because of not subsequent knowledge that we can't do anything financial, and a lot of those outlines were all about what do we do about money, and so once you took the money part of it out, there wasn't much left.
okay. Yes. Yeah, I'm a little surprised we didn't clean that up last spring before we got that approved, because we knew that then. But anyway, it
Because
somehow just
outlines
got
are hard to
lost
read.
because it was outlined. Okay.
So I just
Yeah.
out of curiosity to the semanticists and the people who know grammar better than I, that last phrase where it says is allowed if county resources are unavailable, shouldn't the is allowed be are allowed?
Yes,
Mhm.
Score one for the attorneys.
Good,
Excellent.
good move, good move. I like that.
I think it should be operating expenses as opposed to running expenses.
That's kind of a ranching term, isn't it? You know, you borrow the running money until you sell your
Right.
cattle.
Right.
Operating. I like that one. That's a good one. Operating.
Send it to George Bush for his approval.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you
Yeah.
underestimate me.
And then in the first sentence, county should be capped.
and I did that. Maybe I did it elsewhere. Huh. Uh,
Yeah. I like the wording. That's better. So we probably should make it green at this point. So we had the other part in black, we didn't change, right?
we did not change the intent,
Right.
on that. So
Oh, but you
turn
did,
that-
you did some grammar editing. I mean, some
yeah,
editorial editing in there. Okay.
yeah, it was, yeah, this is different than what we had before.
Yeah.
Um,
Not just the top part.
right.
Okay.
We added some, in the
I thought we had
promotion,
that.
what,
I thought we had that second sentence under partnership request before.
but this,
Yeah.
yes, I did not turn that green.
Okay, good.
So I guess I can go ahead and do it.
Any objections to not accepting this? Okay, I think you got it, Tom. Thank you for doing that editing.
Okay. So promotion requests is also changed, because of a conversation we had, I think in the last meeting. We're talking about, if somebody's promoting something and they're also a candidate.
Mm.
Mhm.
But that's not about their candidacy. So this is my attempt to capture that in 2 sentences. And also, well, 1 sentence plus what we do if that occurs.
You mean notices to membership on the second bullet,
Membership, yes.
to the membership?
Notice to members.
Oh, we already have it.
Memberships? Why is that? Why
No,
is,
he's just, it's just the way the edit thing works. It's showing it as an S with it crossed out.
I see. Okay, got it.
But we've got a duplication here. Notices to the membership shall be included in the regular email sent to the membership. Email blasts is kind of how I think of them. But that's probably not a good word.
Actually, notices of proposed motion, or I don't know. No, it's the promotion. We don't need this.
Hmm.
And I don't remember why I added which implies sufficient advance notice for inclusion. It seemed to be important at the time, but I can't recall why.
Yeah,
If
maybe
there
when I
are,
just go back and
yeah,
look
if
at
there
the,
are actions, if there are actions proposed, then you have to have sufficient advance notice.
Yeah.
and I wonder, I'd have to go back and look at the original wording. I'm wondering if we're saying there are notices to the membership should be included in regular emails as opposed to separate email blasts. I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes.
Because there might be times when, I mean, who
That's what the third
determines
bullet.
what's regular? Yeah.
That's what the third bullet's for.
Ah, okay. Sure. Got it.
I have a question about the first bullet point, the sentence, if so, the executive board shall require either a forum or require a disclaimer. I'm thinking back to the Mary Faith Bell when she came to speak with us and the forum. And what I'm struggling with is that wouldn't have gone forward had it not been opened up as a possible forum. I just want to make sure that we don't allow someone who's running for office to automatically be able to speak and only have a disclaimer. If that makes sense. I may be.
It's the executive board decision, though. We can't, my thought was in constructing this, the
Mhm.
executive board, we can't really list out all the different kinds of possibilities. So we're gonna have to have the executive board, that's what they do. They make real-time decisions
Yeah.
on things we didn't think about.
Was she running for office at the time that the,
Yeah, she was.
okay,
Or going to be or something like that.
for
Yeah.
the same election? Because
Mhm.
she was coming in to talk about a ballot measure.
I believe it was. There was something that flagged for us or
Yeah.
for Mark.
I think what he was concerned about was being able to provide both sides of an issue regarding the ballot measure. And
Mhm.
I don't remember anything coming up about her also being a candidate for office, but that would have been inappropriate. Do the county commissioners, they don't all get reelected at the same time, right? It's
No,
a
they're
staggered
staggered terms.
scheduled.
Yeah.
So I don't think she was running at the time.
Well, I think the question was, what if she were?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And right. And
So
yeah,
I'm just, I guess,
my
regardless
feeling,
of,
but I think what Tom has in here of the executive board shall require either a forum or require a disclaimer. I think maybe the other option is require a different speaker. To me, it would be inappropriate to have someone running for office coming to talk about some other topic.
Except if they're the subject matter
They're
expert.
the only one.
True.
Right.
Right. I guess my concern is with the word or, saying a forum or require a disclaimer about it. I just
Yeah. I mean,
don't.
there may, right. I think having the judgment of the executive board is probably appropriate, though.
Mhm.
You could put and or, if you like.
I'm better with that, actually. And or. Because this seems very black and white, the or. But I don't know if this is, you know.
Well, probably would, if we had a form, would explain why we're having a form, which would imply a disclaimer, but I'm okay with this. This makes it clear that you can do both.
Yeah, it's a muddy issue. Hopefully,
Mhm.
it won't come
Yeah.
up. Had she been running for office at the time, I know and I believe Mark and the rest of the executive board would have
Mhm.
insisted on a different speaker to
Mhm.
talk about the ballot measure. But as you say, Tom, there may be someone who's the only subject matter expert, but would they really have to come in and talk about it? I mean, I almost would like a stronger statement that
Mm.
we should either delay, or if it can't be delayed, you find another speaker if they're also a candidate for office.
Well, if they're a candidate for office and you give the other candidates for office chance to speak on the topic, that's a
Yeah,
forum.
that's true.
And if somebody disagrees with whatever the person is saying, then we should hear both sides. And that seems like
Okay.
a good thing to me.
Okay. I'll go with that. How about anybody else? How do you feel about this?
I'm good.
So for something like this, Tom, where we're editing,
I
it's the
can,
key ideas that need to be green.
well, this is a new key ID. So this is a new thing. I
Right,
think, so that needs to be there.
right.
I'm not sure that this is particularly,
If the intent of this was already in the previous document, and you're just changing because
no,
of
it was a whole. It was a whole.
it was. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean by that.
I mean,
WHOLE or HOLE?
I know, that's what I was wondering.
there was a gap.
Okay, so it's new.
This is filling a gap in our,
Mhm.
Okay, then it should be green.
and the rest of this is pretty much just formatting.
Mhm.
This is just once again an editorial thing. I don't think there's any real change there, but I can be argued again out of that. And accept that. And accept that. Okay, do we think this needs to be green?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the original.
That's the original. Oh, no.
If it's just changing the words around, I'm fine with black.
Yeah.
Okay, so it used to say notices to the membership shall be included in regular emails, period.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and. I mean, which requires sufficient advance notice for inclusion. What does that add, Tom?
Well, that's what I was musing about before. At one point, I thought that was very important to add, which
Okay.
I can't. So
So
I can,
basically, you're saying it meets the requirement for
yeah,
notice.
yeah.
So maybe what we could say is emails to the membership, timely emails to the membership is sufficient, provide sufficient notice, which is actually part of the notice requirements, which I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much sense this actual add-on makes.
Yeah, I don't.
Mm.
I think we could take it out
I'm happy to remove
because
it.
we don't really have a notice on it. We haven't noticed in so many other places.
Yeah.
And when you say notices, are you referring to the header promotion requests, or I'm confused by the word notices because we notice meetings, but then notices can also be information
Hmm.
in this bullet area we're in. Notices to the memberships.
The notice of
Well,
the
actually, it's not
promotion.
notices. It's actually notices is probably not the right word.
Is it
Because if
promotion requests from
yeah,
line 12?
yeah.
So promotion information to the membership should be included in regular emails. And regular email communications to membership. Yeah, take out to the memberships, just promotion information shall be included in regular emails.
To the
sent
membership?
Membership, yeah.
In other words, get rid of that one and reinstate
Mhm.
that
Yeah. And so take out the in front of regular, I think just shall be included in, well, I don't know. And then take out the requirement for advance notice, because we may or may not have a requirement for advance notice for that.
one. No idea why I thought that
How
was
about,
important.
how about accepted promotion information?
Well, and I'm
Or-
wondering the word regular. I mean, what if it's an urgent thing? That wouldn't be a regular email.
That's the
what
third one.
That's the third bullet.
I'd ask that too.
And that was already there.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
This may have been written back when we had a limit of 5 emails,
Hmm.
although we are still trying to have limited emails just so people don't get over, but we've paid now to upgrade to 20 emails a month. Promotion is probably not it.
That is promotion.
Okay, accepted. Obviously, it would be accepted. It wouldn't be sent if it's not accepted. So
Doesn't say who decides. No, I think it does up the executive committee decide, executive board.
yeah.
Okay, so that's already covered.
I don't know. I think it should say probably in that first part, the executive board will decide.
Hmm.
It does. I think it does up here.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
Shall determine.
Yep.
Hmm.
And we shouldn't repetitiously repeat ourselves redundantly.
Okay. Okay, does this look clear enough to people? That second bullet's kind of, you want to put your editorial hat on that a little later, Tom, but I think it's okay.
I think it's okay, actually. I think there's an extra space in there I gotta fix. Yeah, that's
You said you don't think that's any real change that needs to be green, right? We can
no,
just
I
leave
don't
it.
think it's not a real change. Oh, okay, well. Back to where it was. I don't remember. I lost it. Okay, moving on.
Mhm.
Straw polls. I did the
Ooh.
same thing to straw polls. Is there, and we did have something, previous, I had this list types, add the note to list types of promotion, and I think we shouldn't do that. Because anytime we list things, we by implication exclude things.
Hmm.
Okay.
Incidentally, when you sent me that last video, the AI words that come along with it,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it said the strap holes
Yeah.
instead of
So
straw polls.
I should have said, Michael, don't look at
Don't
the
don't look at
AI.
that, right? Strap holes.
The AI is so bad that it really is. I don't use it. Oh, I didn't realize that got sent to you too.
Yeah, it cracked me up, made my day.
Oh,
Strap
God.
holes.
But yeah.
So, Are we
So
okay?
you're
to-
talking, can you go back up to what we were crossing out, what you were talking about there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The red
I wanted
line
to,
part that you left the original.
oh, okay.
I want to
well,
see that list that you're talking about that you want to take out. Yeah. The motion
I
request.
think it was a comment. Uh,
Yeah, we were
what type?
giving,
Yeah.
we were giving all these different options on what, yes. We put a lot of time into that, Tom.
Mhm.
But it's
Because
all covered.
it's to be what the executive board should consider when I guess they're adults, they can figure it out, but this gives them,
Well,
yeah.
if it's a request, they're going to know it's a request. And if they don't, then we need to look for other candidates.
No, I'm saying what they should do to consider the request is more
And
the
all of
point.
those things are captured in the introductory material.
Okay. Okay.
See,
Although that could be,
all those floated out.
or it could be in an appendix if you wanted to really detail it out. If somebody, well, those the ones that to consider, but keep it in the PPNR as it is in the green.
Yeah, I just don't think it adds anything to
Yeah,
list things out.
no, you've got it up there. I keep forgetting that you had it. We had it in each separate category and you put it all in that top part.
Yeah, so I floated.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Michael, you worked on this. Is this okay for you?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay. Sounds like people are ready to move on. Good job,
Okay.
Tom.
Yeah. Straw polls.
Trap holes.
Okay. So in general, I divided things up and kind of moved things around a little bit to two kinds of things: composing a straw poll and conducting a straw poll. They were a little bit mixed, and I thought it was useful to have them separate, different things,
Yeah.
because they seem different to me.
Mm-hmm.
So how should we go about this?
Why don't you let's just read through it. Is it possible to just not show the red line so it's easier to read?
Oh,
Don't
sure,
accept, but just
sure.
thank you. Yeah, that makes it easier.
Mhm.
Okay, there we go. While you're reading that, I'm going to get a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Why would you give me one too?
Yeah.
I'll
Me
email
too.
it to you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would have my coffee this morning. I think you can tell.
I can still
Yeah,
hear
Tom
you,
and
so don't say anything bad about me.
Tom and I did have some one-on-one discussion over some of this too. I think it looks good.
Tom, maybe my complete lack of knowledge about straw polls, but in composing the straw poll section, the second paragraph, the second sentence, what is an answer option?
Well, that's interesting. I would be open to a different phrase for describing what the question of the day is.
So what that
Options
is
for answering, actually.
well, just even to tell them what we're meaning here, and then maybe we come up with different terminology, is that when you create a straw poll on Zoom or any kind of a poll on Zoom, you can set it up as multiple choice. You can set it up as yes, no, different things. But if you set it up, you can fill in the blank. But if you set it up for multiple choice, which we often were doing, different options are what you write them to be. So it might be that you agree with what's proposed, or you don't agree with what's proposed, or you have a different comment about it, or so if you think back when we had our feedback sessions, we would run a straw poll. We would have these different fill in the blank. They could check one, multiple, or only one of an answer, and the answer options are kind of what we're referring to. How do I describe it? So how you would write the poll to show people that what they're answering. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. I think this pretty well covers it. Yes, no, agree, disagree. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Multiple choice. Yeah.
Does
For
it answer,
example,
right?
so an example would be sometimes when we had a feedback session, particularly the earlier ones, there'd be something at the end of what they thought of the meeting. Um, did it run too long? Was it about right? Was it too, they'd like to have had more time to discuss something, less time, that kind of thing. So those would be answer options.
And therein lies potential problems because did it go long? No, we're really not talking about your satisfaction with the program. We're talking about time. And
Well,
so,
that particular question,
yeah,
but then you'd have
but
we
I'm
had
using,
other
yeah,
questions.
I'm using that as an example so that when
Right.
we do those sorts of things, we have to be careful about what it is that we're really asking.
Right.
Well, isn't there at least an implied conflict between the first sentence and the second sentence of that second paragraph?
Straw polls shall be administered, or what? Composing?
No, simple questions with
Oh, yeah,
only one
okay.
question per poll. And answer options seem to contemplate multiple choice.
Um, yeah,
So
you're right. Yeah,
um,
right. That's going to be
this is getting to the Zoom vernacular, which probably shouldn't be. A poll in Zoom is a question. I mean, and we actually don't even follow this. Sometimes we will have multiple questions in a poll that we throw up. So, which again is bad terminology. Just,
Well,
I
you
wish
could
I
say,
had poll examples to show that we've done in the past, particularly for the feedback sessions.
I could change that
I
to recommended.
Sure. And this actually came from some discussions I think Michael and I had with my sister early on of don't make each thing too complicated, keep it simple
Mhm.
and understandable.
Mhm.
How
So
about one, rather than
all these
question,
things here.
what about topic?
Yeah, that's probably that's a
Yeah,
better thing.
that's nice, Tom.
But I think you captured a lot that we had in the bullets really well here in just text. Any other suggestions, Wyatt? That was a good point there. Answer options. Is there a better way to put that that's not confusing?
Uh, Alternatives would answer options.
Maybe it's
I'm sure that
questions in the alternative or topics in the alternative or something like that.
alternatives,
Yeah.
what we're giving people is options
Mhm.
It may be all, you know, that they can have multiple options
Yeah,
that
maybe,
are
maybe it's just
satisfactory, and sometimes they have to pick one.
an option is multiple by its implication. So maybe just strike answer and capitalize options.
Yes. Less is more.
With
Uh,
less is more, I'm having a problem with the word simple and simple questions. Can we just say questions? Or I understand what you're saying with keeping it clean, but simple to me.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
that too, Susan.
yeah. Since we've said only one topic per poll, I agree. Just questions with only one topic per poll are recommended. Options for answers should be understandable. How about that?
Yeah,
That make it less confusing?
yes.
Mhm.
I like it the other way better, but I'm really don't care one way or the other that much.
Well, what do you mean the other way? Answer options or just options?
Options,
Because the options for what?
option questions, whatever.
Yeah, we gotta,
You could say
But
it answer options to eliminate a couple words,
that's what we
or
had.
one word, answer options. Is that what it was before?
That's what it was before.
Okay.
Yeah, because what we're trying to
Mhm.
describe here is that when you're doing a poll, you need to be clear on what people are answering.
Okay.
And so options alone don't refer
Mhm.
to the answers we're asking. We're giving people choices on.
I think it answers options. Okay.
Yep.
Well, maybe.
Options for answers.
Uh, it's a little cleaner this way. We
Answer
have questions.
options. Okay.
The first starts with questions, and then the second one is answers. It kind of
Mhm.
flows a little better that way.
Mhm.
It's fine with me. I think it was confusing to Wyatt. If it's confusing to Wyatt, it could be confusing to other people. So that's why, I mean, what do you think, Wyatt, after some discussion here?
I think it needs some work.
Okay. So what would you suggest besides options alone to me don't refer to answers.
No, and uh,
Mhm.
it's one of those things where I'm kind of wanting to spend a little bit of time playing with it,
Mhm.
Okay.
which tells me that I'm not ready to say it's not good, but I'd
Mhm.
rather kind of have some time to play with it.
Mhm.
Okay. Why don't we make that an action item to for is it just that paragraph Wyatt, or is it the whole thing?
No, no, just that paragraph.
Okay.
I like the rest of it.
Okay. Um, why don't you and I take that on to talk about? And
Okay.
that's procedure 15, composing paragraph 2.
It'd be line 31.
Yes, I like the lines. Okay. For now, at least it's line 31, right?
Well, we're going from top to bottom, so it will remain.
Okay.
Although, if I do an accept on the table of contents, I won't bother doing that. Table of contents will be out
At
of
the
date.
very end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very end. Yeah.
Okay. Um, we have a little bit more to this. That was all about constructing it.
Mhm.
If we're ready to move on to conducting, which is lines 2 through 8.
Yeah, you know what we're seeing recently where we've got a fairly small meeting is we're just asking for voice responses. We did that in the last couple of membership meetings. I wonder if we should give that as an option. Probably not. We probably should follow this. Just keep it the chat feature. That's easy to do.
Except if somebody's on the phone.
Right. If someone's on the phone or if there are multiple people in a Zoom call.
Mhm.
Using the same Zoom ID.
Yeah.
And for that, probably if they want their vote counted, they would have to turn on their camera and indicate so. So this is probably fine. Any other comments from people? Do you think this is okay?
Okay,
So somewhere, Tom, we had something that if the Zoom call didn't, or the polling didn't work, or if,
Mhm.
like, at the last membership meeting, I made a motion that we hadn't prepared for, because we didn't even know the topic was coming up. And it was accepted unanimously, but we never put anything in writing for it. I guess that's not a poll, though. That's voting. That goes into a different category. So never mind. This is good.
Okay, so are we, except for the action item there, are we okay with this?
I am.
Yeah, is there
Mhm.
anything new here that wasn't in the previously crossed out stuff? Is it just
Mhm.
reformatted, Tom?
Not to my knowledge. I believe that I did not change any
It
substantial
looks
things.
okay. It looks similar to me, so I think we're
Mhm.
good. So if it's
Uh,
just formatting, I don't think that needs to be in green. Do you? Maybe we have that in blue.
ah, I, what
I think we
I, what,
consider it editorial, so I don't think it needs to be colored.
So black?
Yeah, I think so. What do you guys think? I mean, in terms of telling the membership, I think we'd actually said when we had this approved that this part was going to be reformatted.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to be black myself, but I'm willing to.
Yeah, and it's like you say, Nancy, it's editorial, and don't we have that ability?
yeah,
Ooh,
Yeah.
What happened? President Rayburn died 4 minutes ago.
who did?
Yeah, yeah.
President Rayburn, whoever. Anyway,
uh, okay, there were some comments in here, and I don't remember what they were, but I believe they were in the area of it
editorial.
could be 1 to 5 or even or odd, and I just picked odd because that's my area of expertise.
Mhm.
The odd number is actually a better outcome for small group
Oh, the preference scales. Yeah.
reference scales. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't consider that substantive.
I'm
Or
going to plug
first.
in my iPad, so excuse the motion.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm going to accept that. Going once, twice.
For everything except the one,
Well,
right? You already got
it,
that colored.
I've got that highlighted.
Great.
That's
Okay.
an action item, and and that's probably also editorial, but
Hmm.
It
we'll
is.
see.
It is.
Yeah. Sounds good. But at least we have an action item here.
Okay, quorums.
So we talked about that last time, and Michael and I have not met to talk about it further, but we have had a membership meeting since the last one where we had to scramble again.
Mhm.
So Michael, I'm trying to think where we said needs more discussion.
well, it had to do with, one of the issues had to do with the number 15.
Right.
And
That,
I was,
that
I was considering the potential that it be, well, let me just toss this out for discussion, maybe the same number as the extended executive board, that is the officers and chairs.
Well, that quorum isn't a number. That quorum is more than half of the members of a subcommittee or the executive board. So
No, I'm talking about a membership meeting.
Having those people be the minimum.
Yeah, the minimum number be the combination of the executive board with the chairs.
well, the chairs are part of the executive board.
Correct. Yes. And so how many is 7, 6?
Well, at any
Whatever.
one time, it's so the previous quorum that we started with in the previous bylaws before we got involved was 8.
8.
But Robert's rules pretty clearly says for an organization this size, the quorum should be 15. So I guess my feeling is that we should hold off trying to make a bylaws change, lowering a quorum
Yeah.
until we get past this period that, as you have commented, and I agree, hopefully things are going to get back to being more interesting after we get past all the bylaws and the community plan stuff.
Yeah.
And we have speakers at meetings, quorum won't be an issue.
Yeah.
Because we were having people that were no fewer than 30 at meetings for quite a while. And it wasn't until this last year where things just got overwhelming with the number of meetings. So I guess I'd like to push back a little and just see, how about we wait until the next year to think about a quorum after we see things settling down?
But
Yeah.
in the last 2 meetings, we did not have a vote. So there was nothing in those 2 meetings that couldn't have been done anyway.
We did have a vote, actually. We had a
Did we?
motion to approve you and
Oh,
Barbara and yeah. And we approved minutes and we, nothing
Mhm.
significant, but we could have had an election. It was on the agenda. Had we had candidates, we would have had an election. So the previous meeting, I don't really remember, but we had I think we haven't had a huge issue with board quorums or subcommittee quorums, but it's the membership quorum. So I guess I'd like to let it set for a little bit, but I think we could get possibly some interest from the membership having it reduced, because when we presented this with the bylaws, that was one area that there was significant discussion. And some people felt like we shouldn't have changed it from 8, and other people felt like it should be half the membership.
Whoa,
or
yes.
something much larger than 15. And so the 15 kind of ended up being a compromise, but it's also the number in Robert's rules for this size organization. If you
Yes,
can't get 15,
but that is not always that's not a requirement. And I'll refer to the faculty senate has a very, very small quorum. But the issue is that that modifies that, or at least supports that, is that anything that is of substance will be announced and notified early enough that people have the option to come, and really that's what it's all about. So I don't know. I just thought I'd toss it out there because, geez, we for the last 2 meetings, we waited.
several,
Yeah.
several.
And, yeah.
Well, you get spouses coming, and who knows if the spouses are staying for the meeting or not. Probably not.
Well,
So,
probably not, but once they're there, I
Yeah.
mean, who's going to call a quorum call,
exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's worth a discussion, and
Yeah.
pros
No,
and cons,
I think
pros
it's
and
good that
cons.
you brought it up. What do people think?
I think the point about being things being sufficiently noticed, that requirement. If people are not interested, they are voted with their fingertips.
Yep.
So I don't see a problem with returning it to 8, but it was. If we had less than 8 people, I'd have heartburn. But was 8 before?
It was
8
8
now?
before.
Just nominal 8? Was there a reason?
Yeah. No, there's no reason. It's just 8.
Good round number.
Yeah. I mean, and that was again before Zoom, right? So
Yes.
people, only local people could participate back then.
Yes,
And so
yeah.
8 was a reasonable number, but now we have Zoom and other people, should be able to participate. So
Well, I'm not 15's okay with me, but I just note that, I'm not going to be able to do much business if people don't show up.
yeah, right.
And we may want to differentiate at some point between issues that must be determined,
Hmm.
like a request or a demand from the county or something, whatever it happens to be, that they have to be determined, and there's nobody to show up to vote. That's so what do we do? See, now maybe we want to create a separate rule for such a situation, but then you get into the the rabbit warren of trying to decide what constitutes a special situation that allows that special quorum number to be done, or give the executive board special authority under certain circumstances to make those
Yeah.
decisions.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
have
I mean,
that.
that's actually the whole purpose of Procedure 16 that we were writing was
Mhm.
what happens, what happens if at the beginning of the meeting we don't have a quorum, what can we do? And those are the options there. I mean, I agree with you, Michael. It's been an issue. I'm hoping it's a temporary one, and to go before the membership and say we think the quorum is too high, we raised it too much. I kind of like to just let it settle in, even having to grab more people for just a few more months, at least a few more meetings until things have changed. Because I think last year was just a tough year, the last 2 years. And if we can really work on getting speakers that are interesting, I think that will draw people out.
Yeah.
I'll just
Well,
raise a point.
it may also be worth a discussion at a meeting, at a general meeting,
Sure.
membership meeting, a brief one. And, I don't mind bringing it up, but if, again, as an example, if the Board of Commissioners, County Board of Commissioners asks us to do something that requires a decision and we can't get a quorum, then that may be the circumstance under which the executive board is authorized to act.
I think that's already covered.
I don't think so.
Where is that, Tom?
Under the executive committee, if there's something pending, which there's not time for a meeting, they can make a decision.
I think that's where we set up urgent meetings, actually.
Yes.
I think we're authorized to set up an urgent meeting if there's not time,
Well, there wouldn't be time for
the
sufficient-
chair is entitled, the NCSU chairperson is entitled to make a decision and is encouraged to use the executive board. But if there's not time for that, they can set up an urgent meeting within 24 hours.
Yep.
And give notice. And usually if it's that important, people come for something like that. But I agree with you. Why don't we throw it open? We could throw it open in a feedback session.
Yeah,
that
just
we
get
hold
just get
next
some
year.
feedback. Just get some feedback.
Mhm. Which would be putting it up as a proposal. So, or we could just say this is something where we're not recommending it. We're just saying we're curious what you guys think. We could even, yeah. But
Hey,
again,
straw
I'm
vote.
really
We could do a strap poll.
a straw poll. Yes, we could do it. We could do a straw poll. Yes, we could. So could we, but in terms of just procedure 16, regardless of what the quorum number is, are we okay with procedure 16 for if it's not met?
Yeah, I think that's fine. And you know, all it really does is take Roberts and explicate it. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just because it's happened enough times.
Yes,
It's
yes, yes.
helpful for them to be able to not have to actually go to Robert's rules.
So are we happy with this then?
Yes. Mhm.
Any objections?
Nope.
Okay. And why did you have a chance to say what you were talking about?
Actually, I rarely, but sometimes I decided that I didn't need to say it. It was already covered.
Okay. Um, all right. Well, thank you. So could we just put a comment over there, I guess, to look at the quorum number for the bylaws? We can do a straw poll or something. I don't want to forget that thought, Michael.
Yeah.
But it would be a
Any sort of-
bylaws change. It would be a
Mm.
bylaws change. Yeah.
So we need to, new comment. And who owns this?
Michael and me. It's part of we handled procedure 16. So
Typic. Mm.
Typic, okay.
Typic. I love
Uh,
typic.
Yeah, well, my keyboard is not next to my screen.
Oh, well, typics.
so the topic is quorum
And
number.
I is next to O and sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Sort of
As
like
someone
that.
who's tried to type on the fly on this, I
Yeah.
completely understand. So the
Typic.
topic is, let's actually edit and say the topic is quorum number, membership quorum number, membership meeting quorum number. Because I don't think we have any problem with the quorum for everything else. But just to bring up quorum number to the membership.
Oh, just because I put the cursor there doesn't mean that I can type there. Oh, no.
Now you have to
press
edit.
that little thing there.
There you go.
Did I mention? No, I think I did, yeah.
How much you love work. Yeah. And I wouldn't split the infinitive there, but oh well.
Pardon?
Bring up. It's just a note. So I would say bring up the quorum number to the, anyway.
No, you can't do that there because it's a different editor. Ah,
About the topic of quorum number, or just take out topic. Take out the topic. Sure. Good. Thank you.
yeah, if it presses, yes. Okay. Oh,
So I think we're good on that. Procedure 17. What did we have for more discussion here?
Rescission needs an S before the C in the header. Rescissions and reconsiderations. RESC.
it doesn't want to. Oh, it seems to like that. RESC.
Yeah.
I don't, is it? I think
Well,
I
I
had
just
checked.
looked it up in the dictionary here.
Really?
Because rescind is RESCIND. Rescission.
That's the way it's spelled in the second paragraph.
More than once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
so-
actually had looked that up too, Susan, because it looked funny to me too, but I believe this is correct.
hmm.
You're not seeing that?
No, well, I don't know,
Oh, I
maybe it's
see. This
switched in.
is
Yeah,
there is RESC in the second paragraph, isn't there?
Yeah,
yeah.
well, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just looking
okay, that's
on
good. If you're seeing, yeah, well,
it's, yeah, and
looks
then the
good.
yellow highlighted also needs an S before the C. Any proposed rescission?
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, when you take away markup, you also take away the comments. So
Ah,
red you'll have
uh,
to deal with, I guess. I can, well,
so
it needs more discussion. Okay,
Mhm.
that's already highlighted. And then I have my comment.
what's your comment? I
My
can't read it.
comment is basically, we already refer to Robert's Rules of Order. There are more options that are nuanced. And if people look at that, they're going to be more confused than enlightened generally. And I would just rather leave that alone, not have that sentence there. Because we selectively take from Robert's Rules of Order what we like. And I think that's what we like. Just make it simpler.
Yeah, I hear you, and I think in most cases that would be true. I think I'm still, Oceanside has had a major rescission thing that's tearing the community apart. And
Actually, it's a reconsideration. But
no, it's a
okay.
rescission. And because it's later, it's years later. That's the difference between a motion to reconsider and a motion to rescind. Is
We should say that.
motion to
Yeah.
and a motion to, I thought it did. We had that at some, yeah. That's the
Reconsider the
first
same meeting.
sentence.
Okay.
The first
Okay.
sentence differentiates.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
And then the motion to rescind is for later. It's like it could be up to years later. It's anytime after the meeting. Any future meeting with certain exceptions. And so those exceptions are huge in this case. So
Yeah. Well, I was looking more closely to the last sentence about signed contracts, legal agreements, legal actions, and so on. Rescissions are not permitted there, and that's actually straight out of Roberts as well.
mhm,
When some action actually, when a rescission goes up against an action already having been put into effect, then it's out of order.
right. And in this particular case with Oceanside, apparently the decision was made in a meeting and it was never actually incorporated into Tillamook County. And it was a permitting kind of a thing. It was the height of a building was lowered by 6 feet. The allowance for lower is, I believe, it was the issue, and it never actually got put into language that was approved by the county. And so now they've come back and they're saying that that's a take. And even though the NCA or the Oceanside CAC approved it at the time, now there are these motions to rescind. And
Yeah.
so because it wasn't actually, it's a very complicated issue. And apparently has the community up in arms. So that's why in most cases I agree, Tom, that you don't get into the little stuff with
Nitty-gritty.
but most people don't have access to Robert's rules.
Well, if they don't,
But
then that's
to have a note that this is a maybe what we need to say is this is a complex issue and Robert's rules should be consulted if it's contemplated, but it's not always complicated. I mean, it might be that it's 2 meetings later and there's a motion to rescind. It might not be a complicated thing. It's just,
well, my comment was it had more subtleties in it. And if you say those subtleties are necessary, then my comment is invalid and I'll withdraw the comment. If you believe that.
Well, but I think rewording it to say something like,
If you're gonna say it,
rescissions are complex and, you know, further research should be, or can be complex, and the NCAC parliamentarian may be consulted or something like that. Would that be better without giving the specifics?
well, of course, that's the job of the parliamentarian, is to rule on what is proper or not in terms of
Advise.
rescission
Advise.
advice. So, where am I? There we go.
What was the what was the source or origin of this issue for procedure? Nancy, did that come from Sarah?
Yeah,
She wanted that.
she asked us to do this
Okay, all right. Yeah,
because of what she was dealing with Ocean
yeah,
Chides. She asked us to
yeah,
add this
motion to it, yeah.
procedure.
Well, it is kind of a touchy issue, or it could be.
Yeah. And I don't know, it might even be more like it's really more of a policy than a procedure.
It is policy, yes. And we're
So is the previous
ignoring the
one.
fact that it's in the wrong place.
Okay, I think procedure 16 is the policy too, probably. But, well, no, it's more of a procedure. It's saying what you do if you're encountering this situation, so. We're getting late. Do you want to just bring it up again at the next meeting? Yep. Or what do people think? Because we're close on it, I think.
It's an anomaly, that's for sure. I mean, I think Tom's point is that if we start putting in Roberts
Yeah.
here and there,
We get to be a huge document.
yeah, that we start, do it on. But on the other hand, it is a potentially complex situation that could arise, and it's only a paragraph, and so what the hell.
I think I heard no, yes.
I think you heard it too.
And
Yeah.
I have one small teeny edit in the second paragraph. I'm wondering if it should, in the sentence it starts, such rescission is not permitted if the original action results in any legal document. I think
Yes.
it'd be resulted because the original document would have been in the past.
Ah, good point.
Oh, dang.
That is good, Susan.
Earl, you're good.
So, Michael, I think what I heard you say was you think we could just leave it in this
Yeah.
particular case because it's a
Yeah,
complex issue. Is that what I'm
I
hearing?
don't think it detracts.
Yeah. What do other people think at this point?
I just have a thought, which is to take it out here, then just add some kind of note at the end of our P and Ps, which is for information and guidance, Robert Rules of Order is recommended to the leadership of the committee as a guide, and just leave it at that.
I think we already have that by implication in the bylaws, but we just say that's a reference rather as opposed to you should actually refer to it.
Yeah.
That's a difference.
Yeah, looking for guidance about how to deal with a difficult question that I think Michael has anticipated that we would have would be to just say, you could look for guidance to this reference book.
Sounds like a procedure. In other words, if you got problems, you should look at Robert's rules. And okay.
I would actually kind of like to leave it in too.
I'm not hard over on it. I just think it's unnecessary. But
Yeah,
I
I think just because of ocean aside, otherwise I would agree with you, and maybe I shouldn't think that, but
I'll withdraw my comment.
The phone with
What
Howard.
about, and we can consider adding a Robert's Rules
yeah.
procedure later.
Okay, that sounds good. So any proposed rescission, why is that highlighted? You says needs more discussion.
We were discussing it and ran out of time and there was some controversy. I do not recall what it was.
Okay,
Proper notice, I think was questioned. Is proper notice. I think it's defined elsewhere.
I think the issue there is that you can't pop something up in the middle of a meeting that
right.
is substantially important.
I think the question was proper notice.
Is
Yeah,
yeah,
That's my recollection.
yeah.
yeah, you can't, yeah. So
I think that's true. So I don't,
yes, I think we should just leave it.
Okay.
I mean, it might be again not covered elsewhere, but it just emphasizes the importance of something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
okay. And unhighlight that. So are we ready to say something about this? Anybody completely unhappy with this?
Nope.
I think it's good.
Okay, very green. And
Okay, we are reaching the end of the meeting. Is there any objection if we extend by 10 minutes? We're not going to obviously be able to cover all of the OPML stuff here, but I think what I'll do is, well, let me just finalize. I'm hearing no objections. We're extending the meeting
Well,
until 11:40.
Yeah, if we can't finish this one up, then why don't we just set it aside?
Yeah. So I'll ask you, Wyatt put a lot into this. I think that there's a lot of good information about it. Adding members to subcommittee or task force. So I think we should just set this aside too. Is that okay?
that's all
So
we're gonna,
there are comments on, is there something, well, we're going to go back to that. So thank you guys for writing that. I will take a look too. I hadn't seen it. Is there
yeah, you
anything
haven't
else?
seen it because you didn't have it yet.
Okay, got it. Okay. Well, and then you really didn't have, I'm going to just throw up. I guess I should stop saying throw up, but throw up on the screen. Um,
Well, you could put that in the strap hole if you want.
okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Do we got a procedure
Okay.
20? What is?
I do. It's in the meeting folder.
I didn't look at the meeting folder.
No, oh, Wyatt has a comment.
Well, no, I was just going to send Tom a chat that the first sentence in the OPML paragraph has a misspelling on agencies.
Thank you. So, yeah, let me just share it.
I had the text, I
Oh.
could just put it in there.
It's in the meeting folder. Do you want me to email it to you?
No, well,
It's in a Word document. I just threw it into the meeting folder as a Word document. Let me send it to you. I'll send it.
the only way I take comments and additions is via email. I'm trying to simplify my life.
I know I did it this morning, so sorry. That's why it's not even worth doing much with, but let me just attach it.
I'd like to have it in this next version, so.
well, where in the heck did I file it? Because it's not here. Okay, I'm just going to share it. How's that?
Okay.
And then I will email you later.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in the wrong meeting. Okay, I'm gonna me share. Sorry, up here somewhere. Extremely short. This is not it. Sorry. Okay, so it's just to add to vacancies that an officer may take a temporary leave. Can you see it?
Yeah,
Can you blow it up a little bit?
there you go.
Is that
Good.
better?
Yeah.
So that's for the bylaws, not for PPNR.
This is exactly for bylaws, yes. An
Okay.
officer may take an temporary leave of absence for up to 6 months for any reason. With the approval of the executive board, duties shall be handled as a vacancy below, described below. Subcommittee chairs may also take a temporary leave of absence for up to 6 months, and duties shall be handled by the subcommittee members as they see fit. So this was when Mark was considering not resigning and actually taking a leave of absence. Don't need to discuss it now, just something for you to think about for our next meeting. And Tom, I will send it to you as a Word document with an edit. So stop share.
Are we gonna start a new version of the bylaws then?
Yeah.
Okay. Good, another document. Oh, did I say that not right?
Mhm.
Good, another document.
Yeah. You know, we're of course we're gonna change bylaws. So we may have some of that under OPML too. I don't think so though. So thank you guys for all the work that has been done. In terms of next steps, let's share the action plan again. Update that a little bit. So voting, let's take that to the November 14th meeting. And I think we're just going to have to take some time on procedure 11, the archives. Susan, let's try to do November 14th.
Okay.
Are you going to be in town? I hope. Let's see.
Yeah, I should be less on the road.
So you guys have written this. Thank you. We will review. November 14th. So actually we should try to get this to Tom. Oh, I'll update that. OPML procedures. That's done. Drafted. Review. So we're probably gonna have a long meeting on November 12th.
Okay.
14th.
14.
And procedures, requests, and stop. I think we're done, right, with this?
Yep, we're done.
We had just the one little thing with Wyatt and me to review.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, on that topic, shall I delete the strikeouts of the previous outline?
Are you talking about this
Yes, on,
this document?
on 12 and 15, I have about a page and a half of
Oh,
strikeouts.
yes,
That would be helpful, Tom.
I think so. I think that's fine.
Removing it is okay?
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
Okay, good. Want to make sure.
yeah. Thank you for asking. Done, except one paragraph. As noted. To be discussed. November. Okay, I think we did this, right? And this one was complete. And review. Team. Okay, I think this is pretty complete, right? So maybe I should put this in green, right? Anything done? We've done these. I need to put a key in. I'm liking, this is a weird fluorescent green. I guess it's highlighter colors. Okay, so we're going to try to send input to Tom by October 29. And we'll see how much we get here. Okay, anything else here? Looks accurate. Okay. Save.
And also any comments you have on anything else by that date would be good.
Sounds good. Thank you, Tom, for all your work on this. It's a huge, huge thing, and we really appreciate it, along with everything else you're doing. So,
So this is a whole lot more fun than other
okay.
documents.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you very much. And really, I appreciate all of you. You're just doing a terrific job. I look forward to, well, I'm going to meeting adjourned at 11:37.